A 12-year-old boy takes God to court. Born disabled, abandoned by his father, resented by his mother, he calmly states, "I wish I'd never been born." Behind this bizarre lawsuit lies an even more heartbreaking truth. The boy's life was doomed from the start. His father abandoned them before he was born. His mother only goes through the motions of feeding him, without a trace of warmth. Even crueler, he was born with paralyzed lower limbs, confined to a wheelchair for life. In his eyes, he's nothing but trouble, dragging down his mother while torturing himself. Since God brought him into this world in the most miserable way possible, he wants an explanation. Why does it have to be me bearing all this suffering? He found public interest lawyer David, but this bizarre request to sue God made David reject it without a second thought. But the boy didn't give up. He waited outside the law firm every day after that, following David closely and refusing to leave. Suddenly his mother showed up in an emotional state. Everyone rushed to calm her down before she gradually settled. Only then did everyone learn she suffered from severe depression, getting by on medication daily with completely uncontrolled emotions. Her life was equally filled with pain. Abandoned by her parents as a child, she grew up in an orphanage, but couldn't stand the environment there and ran away, living crammed together with a group of homeless children. One year she got accidentally pregnant, which led to the boy. After the boy was taken away, the law firm staff fell into debate. Lawyer Park insisted on taking the case, even if they couldn't win, to let society see the plight of vulnerable groups. But David completely disagreed. A case where the defendant doesn't even exist is pure nonsense. False hope only makes people more desperate. Direct donations would be more practical. He bluntly said Lawyer Park was too naive, all because she grew up in privileged circumstances. After the dinner ended, Lawyer Park felt worse and worse. She'd entered a top law firm with excellent grades, only to discover everyone here only cared about data and performance. Selfishness had become the norm. This wasn't the kind of lawyer she'd aspired to be. That's exactly why she'd voluntarily applied to join the public interest group. She didn't want to easily abandon this original intention. The next day, Lawyer Park found the boy's mother and researched extensive materials, finally identifying the real defendant, Wong San General Hospital. It turned out that when she got accidentally pregnant years ago, she originally wanted to have an abortion, but was introduced to this hospital by other homeless children. The hospital completely ignored her wishes, constantly persuading her to give birth to the child. Even worse, they never gave her a single prenatal checkup throughout. The boy's lower limb paralysis was caused by alcohol abuse and malnutrition during pregnancy. If they'd done just one examination back then, all of this might have been prevented. Meanwhile, David, who'd verbally refused, was also secretly researching materials. At the formal hearing, they faced off against the same defense lawyer from before, and this time the judge was actually a blind judge. They thought a blind judge would be more sympathetic to vulnerable groups, but the reality was quite the opposite. Precisely because she was one of the very few judges with disabilities, she had to maintain absolute fairness and impartiality. Problems kept appearing. More than 10 years had passed since the incident. The hospital's relevant files had long since expired and been destroyed, with key evidence missing just when everyone was out of ideas. David discovered something suspicious. As a hospital run by a major conglomerate, why would Wang San ignore profits and insist